There's money set aside for helping the media sector with tax credits for qualified news organizations and for subscribers to online Canadian news sites.
Admittedly, one of the things I forgot about the city is how pretty it can actually look in the winter. Like, look at these trees. They each look like they've just been painted with the snow and frost. So, defense is tomorrow. I've just flown in. I can't check into the dorm that is my hotel until 3. It's a little after 11. So to survive the day, I think food. Smokes it is. Turns out I lied. I went where Smokes used to be, and it turns out it's no longer on campus. And I had this sudden realization of, oh yeah, there's multiple reasons why I did my thesis long distance. The inability to get good food is certainly one of them. So I just went to our campus bar and I tried to get pulled pork poutine there and it sucked. Yeah. If you're wondering, it is now past 3 o'clock, so I have officially checked into my room. And it's fantastic. So initially I wasn't going to spend that much money, so I would have gotten for a cheaper room. But by the time I got the actual notice of defense to make my plans, they only had a 4-bedroom apartment or a deluxe single room. I went for the deluxe single room, much cheaper. I don't need everything. And when they say deluxe, they mean deluxe. I mean, it's like the single room, but I got a nice big bed. Hard as a rock as I'm sitting on it, but at least it's here. The other thing I am used to for these dorms rooms, because I did live upstairs, actually this hallway, this building, this tower section, this hallway, 1 floor up, a little further down, because I'm right at the end of the hall here. So at least I won't be disturbed often, because I think all of these rooms are reserved for hotels. So I'm used to really tiny, yeah. Which, I mean, for the 2 nights I'm here, and I am gonna hang my clothes up so that they can sort of unfold from where I've just got them shoved in my bag. What I'm not used to is that television. Hi there. I am used to the desk, but not the coffee maker on the desk, because the students aren't allowed coffee makers. It should be noted. I barely got away with my kettle because there wasn't an exposed, heat source, but that one definitely does, the plate it's sitting on. A microwave, a mini fridge freezer combination, and then, yeah, I had this too, but it didn't have towels, and it certainly didn't come with a clock. The lamp was on the desk. So, yeah, deluxe room is certainly deluxe. I have television. I have no idea what I can get on the television, but I'm also going to show you this because I used it too recently. So, the light is actually motion sensitive, and this is true in the rooms as well. If it's still too long, it will turn off and you have to wave your arms. But the light in here is motion sensitive. And this is something I was used to, and I loved it. My own private bathroom, private toilet, private shower. But the showers are just stupidly designed. Because you know how you want to get it to the right temperature before you get into the shower? Impossible. Because where the shower is pointed is right here at the door. So you're just gonna get the floor wet. if you try to adjust the temperature with the door still open so you can then get in the shower. So, but I didn't get robes before. These are kind of nice. Ta! I'm here. I'm ready to defend. No, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Whew. Let's do a funny story instead. I've showed you the room. I've mentioned that I'm not a big fan of this university. I didn't do super well here. And part of that is I just didn't connect with anybody. So it's actually kind of hard to just walk down the halls. And rather than have memories of like all the times I used to spend with people out here, you're just looking around like, nope, this is normal. I know none of these people. I've never met these people in my life. Everybody's just going about their business. Most of them seem happier than I am. Like, it's just a toxic way to think. And I'm glad I made the choice to leave it behind. This is just a short visit to get some things done. I've got a fancy room. Everything is fine. And now for a funny story. So, the plane ride I took today was very busy. So busy to the point where they were pretty sure they wouldn't have enough, like, overhead luggage, because there are a bunch of those people that travel constantly that just bring, like, bags to take with them, carry-on bags, but it's like a carry-on suitcase with a backpack with another bag stacked on top. And so they were saying, like, anyone who can, please come to us. We will check your bag for free, which is a fantastic offer because usually checking a bag now costs like $70. So I have this bag, which does not have my laptop in it today. It does have this, all these green papers you see here is a print off of my thesis, but it's also got all this lined paper so that I have writing to work on. It's got one of my books. These are both thesis stuff in case I need to like find a reference or whatever they're talking about, and my camera, and then like my other electronics and stuff, and like personal stuff like wallet and things like that. And then there's this, and this basically has like my clothing, including my outfit for the defense, which includes shoes and toiletries and an extra book. So I'm like, I don't need that on, and there's nothing in it that can be checked, because certain things are supposed to be in the carry-on, like lithium batteries. So I go over and say, sure, I will check my backpack. And what you have to do is they give you a ticket for it, which is actually shoved in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. And they say, okay, when you go down to board the plane, right before you get on, there's a spot, you just leave it there. It will be collected and stored. So I do that, and I go and I get on the plane, and there's some hullabaloo about seats because people don't read their tickets properly. AKA the person who was originally sitting next to me was not the person who was supposed to be sitting next to me. And somebody accused the family in front of where we were sitting in her seat when she didn't read her ticket correctly. And she came off quite aggressively and then tried to laugh it off. Like, oh, I just don't read well. And it's just like, no, you kind of got in their faces. like the stewardess had to come over. You were getting that just high and mighty in the moment. So, full plane. They have to make some adjustments. People are switching seats. So we're actually everybody in their proper seats. And I'm trying to ignore all of this, right? I'm anxious enough. So I'm looking out my window. I have picked a window seat. I'm looking out my window. And I see the guys come up to get all this extra baggage. And they've got a little slide down to where they're stacking it. So he's tossing bags. And I see him with my backpack. And I'm just like, oh, excellent, my backpack. And he tosses it, but it's so much lighter than everything else. This is lighter than what I normally carry. Because it's basically just clothes, like the book and the shoes and the heaviest thing in there. And he just tosses it, and I just see my bag I don't think he was expecting it. I think he was just expecting it to hit the slide and go down, and instead it just cartwheeled. I'm just like, I'm so glad there's nothing breakable in there. No, nothing, and everything seems to be fine. I guess I never actually checked my bottles. Yeah, no, everything's fine. I find it funny also because I went through security, so I took all my electronics out. And after I got through security, I realized I had left my camera in my bag, which is another thing you're supposed to take out. And I was like, ooh. Guess it didn't cause a problem. Somebody behind me got dinged for a water bottle. Yeah. Okay, so this is my room. I'm checked in. I'm not feeling good, so I think I'm just gonna go get some snack food from the convenience store. I know I've been trying not to have sugar, but I'm at a bad place right now in a lot of ways. Not only is this a really stressful time, it's also a bad time of the month, if you know what I mean. And I was not expecting to react this emotionally to this university. I was expecting more nostalgia in it, more excitement for getting things done, and it's not a nice feeling. So, time to get some water, definitely. I think I'm dehydrated. I think that's part of the problem. But I think I'm just gonna treat myself as nicely as I can this weekend, considering the circumstances. And I should let my parents know that I have, in fact, checked in safely. Okay, yeah, plenty of things to do. So, talk to you soon. Like I said, if this doesn't go well, you're not going to see any of this, so the world doesn't have to know about my crippling anxiety about a university I went to for a year. Snacks, and then I'm going to figure out this TV. It's going to be great. I guess you're seeing this video. I'm going to try not to cry on camera like I just did on the phone with my parents, but I just passed my master's thesis. There's some small, like, grammatical questions to make, and they want me to add a paragraph or two in the conclusion about educating, because they felt that was a really strong point in the defense. This project has just, it's been a long time coming. This degree hasn't even been as long as my BA, but it's just... altogether, my master's has been harder. Not just the classes, but it's been really hard on me. And I said this a little bit in the video in which I showed off my room in this residence, talking about just how absolutely lonely I felt. But it's paying off. I made some choices. I made the choices to do my thesis long distance. I made the choices to fight back against people who told me that I couldn't bring literature into a social and political thought thesis. I had to overcome somebody who told me that my dreams weren't possible. And maybe they're not. But I feel a lot closer to them today than I have in a really long time. People said no, and that's gonna happen a lot. But the difference is if you say no to yourself. And I am just so happy I didn't say no to myself. I'm so happy I didn't give up. It doesn't look like I'm happy right now, I'm just... Guess it was a good thing I booked grad photos tomorrow. On vacation isn't until June, but it's a hell of a lot closer than it was. I'm going out for supper. Actually, I'm going out with supper with one of my co-supervisors and his wife, who was one of the first professors to believe in this project. I just gotta figure out where we're gonna eat. Figure out where we're gonna eat and what's next.